Hey, beautiful mums. I'm Belinda Joyce, and welcome to Midwife in Your Pocket, the podcast where I share quick, practical wisdom for your journey through pregnancy, birth, and early motherhood. In just 5 minutes, we'll dive into topics that matter most to you. So grab a cup of tea and let's get going on this wonderful adventure together.
So, daylight savings time is ending soon, and for parents, that means adjusting not only our clocks but also our little ones' routines. This year in 2024, daylight savings time ends at 3 a.m. on Sunday, April the 7th, in several parts of Australia. Victoria, South Australia, New South Wales, ACT, and Tasmania. And that means we'll set our clocks back by 1 hour, effectively making 3 a.m. become 2 a.m. But let's be real, who wants to be up at 3 a.m. just to change a clock? You can do this before you go to bed or first thing in the morning. And with the help of technology, a lot of our devices do this automatically now. Let's talk about how this time change affects our babies and children. Picture this: your baby usually wakes up at 6 a.m., but after the time change, that 6 a.m. wake up call suddenly becomes 5 a.m. And if you're anything like me, 5 a.m. just seems too early to start the day. Babies and children can react differently to this shift in time. Some may hardly notice it if their routine remains the same, but for others, especially those with more structured sleep patterns, the change can be very disruptive. But fret not, because there are strategies that we can implement to ease this transition and make it much more gradual. Here are some things you can do in the 3 to 4 days leading up to the time change, but really any time will help. First, gradually adjust your child's bedtime routine in 15-minute increments. For example, if they usually go to bed at 7 p.m, try putting them in bed at 7:15 p.m. on Wednesday, then 7:30 p.m. on Thursday, and so on until you hit Saturday night. And by the time the change rolls around, their bedtime will have naturally shifted. Next, consider adjusting nap times gradually as well. Moving nap times forward can help sync your child's internal clock with the new time. And some parents find it helpful to set one clock in the house to the new time each day, moving it 15 minutes at a time. This visual cue can aid in the adjustment process as well. Additionally, investing in some blackout blinds or even taping black plastic over windows can help block out early morning light, signalling to your child's body that it's still time to sleep. I know it sounds extreme, but some parents swear by it. Remember to keep your days relatively low key during this adjustment period. Avoid overly stimulating activities that might tire out your child and make it harder for them to stay up later. And as evening approaches, dim the lights and use lamps instead of bright overhead lights to help keep a calm environment conducive to sleep. In the morning, open up blinds and sit near a window for breakfast to help the body to adjust. Some find white noise machines can be really beneficial in drowning out any outside disturbances that might disrupt your child's sleep. And here's a tip for older children. Consider using a clock that lights up in the morning when they're allowed to get out of bed. This visual cue can help them understand when it's time to start the day, especially if they're early risers. I know this worked really well for us all year round, as all 4 of our children were early risers, and often they wanted to get up just that little bit too early to get the day started. Lastly, remember that it's not just the little ones who need time to adjust. Adults, older children, and even teenagers may feel a bit off for a few days as their bodies adapt to the new time. And there you have it. With a little preparation and patience, you and your little ones can survive the end of daylight savings without too much disruption to your routines. Good luck. Stay tuned for next week's episode 9, where we're going to talk all about when to take your baby to the doctor and when they really need medical attention. We'll also be dropping some important news about the Baby Circle opening up again to new members, and that's my online support community for new parents, especially mums, all the way from pregnancy right through to birth, caring for a newborn, a baby, a toddler, and most importantly, caring for yourself. So tune in next week.
Thank you for tuning in to Midwife in Your Pocket. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe for more bite-sized wisdom and connect with me at belindajoyce.com or on Instagram and TikTok at Belinda_Joyce_midwife. Remember, you're not alone on this journey. And until next time, this is Belinda Joyce, your midwife in your pocket, signing off. You're doing an amazing job, Mama.